Abusua mo bia kwaba. Edba akroma TV GH so yaw amwa mensan ene midi. Nyame ya adom ana tisa adom bi dom ye na ye nyina ye tinkomo 2024 eye December 7th eye election chinchireche ebekoso na enumu na chese Ghana nyina ye bekwa kwakire ya adom eye nipa paako a yesusu se onya kwan ebetra Ghana banua so betimi aboa oman no mekire president ankasa ne sayo ntino amanyoko no mu obi akwakotwiso ne leader make say eye movement for change omu leader ene onmunyamfo eye Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanteng sanso na gumfo nso omode eye osofu Kyinabosom ena to say omu ne nam sanso na eye NDC akinye amanyoko so wasalete eye onmunyamfo JD Mahama enkane mampani sanso na osonko okko amanyoko MPP omu ayi eye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Dr. Teketa so onumum na ontu franka ema amanyoko no na nyame ye adomo a eye 7 December ena sa elections no 2024 ebekoso na tese ye hu de obedi nkunim ewomu de sa yonti no obia e kansam de obia e kekansam wa ebepaga na fo akoma so ama omo ato aba ama omo na enche akura na odubonyamfo JD Mahama wade beto Ghana monte so se so wonya kwan ebetra Ghana abanua no so a ade ba ko be ye no se 24-hour economy chese ebe ye adwuma sa anadwu da so mu nyina na chese ye adwuma eba sa unemployment rate zero obe cancel nyina enti se me yawo mo me nsa wo hoi na kama kwakwaje mafuo bi na me ya Mahama dawro ma odilat mo obetwe lat aba ho na chese anadwu mu nyina mitimi do na chese mafuo no akoso kama pa companies so anadwu ne awie nyina na chese obi adegyere se de be ya obi biara ebenya adwuma ayo na Mahama ninsem no otoa so kanse eye teachers license exams no oba obetwam a chese na we na chese a chechirefo bi mo omukoko apase to se he wan na okasa afa teacher fo ho no hwan eye hwan Mahama emre bi atwam ma ye adwuma 3 years no unkotua ye ka 3 months akatua na wode baye utrimu ye de papa umpe teacher fo asem e na obeka ya asem ebe yanka ye study papa abusu ye kwede kotie kwa yo bo fa so omo address eye issue we na ye mbreze se ye sanse nsuo boro wakase boro ben kase pete wo so omo atoto bi ama JDM pa ebe yanka teacher fo asem kura e ma ne nka bi sanse nursing training na eye teacher training allowance eye wan so na wutwamu ye kwede kotie omo na ye mbreze se ya.
Okay, very quickly, very quickly.
I don't believe in that policy because it's the same person who was in charge before, and workers in this country were not being paid for 3 years. And if you cannot take care of workers working daytime, why do you want to add those in the night? So please, it is not workable. We should reject it. We should reject it and support what we have now. For the passport, it is right call. If they increase it, they should do it in a way that we can afford it. It shouldn't be in a way that will affect our packet. And that is my
a policy. And the policy was that when you are hired, and it wasn't just GES, but if you are hired in government, by the time your salary begins to come, you are only paid 3 months of arrears, which means even if you had worked 9 months, 10 months, 1 year, 18 months, once your salary begins to be paid, you are only paid 3 months of all of the work that you had.
Is that the case? Because I recently spoke to an official of the former government. It was disputed heavily.
That's the policy.
Because
that was the policy being implemented. And remember that policy is implemented through directives, policy directives. It was a policy being implemented by the Ministry of Finance through Controller and Accountant General. This issue was then taken on by the unions. And it was taken on by the unions all the way to the Jubilee House at a meeting chaired by His Excellency the President. And His Excellency the President directed at that particular time that despite the policy, he is going to make a decision, especially for teachers, because teachers' claims in terms of the impact was very large. About 97,000 people had been affected by this pre-existing policy. And the President's instruction was that do an audit. Anybody that falls within your audit that they are owed, pay those people. Since that time, the Ghana Education Service, working with Ghana Audit Service, Controller and Accountant General, as well as the Ministry of Education and the unions, so far we have paid about 85,000 of the 97,000 cost that was accrued, not because of my current Director General or the Minister for Education or the current government.
Nanado and Baumia said they will pay their allowances. I beg you, Nanado and Baumia, if you are hearing me, we are here in Krobo, nursing training school. They say 2 years now you haven't paid them their allowances. Let the alawa come. And this time, the lies won't work. This time, the propaganda won't work. This time, the deception won't work. This time, the dishonesty won't work. The people elected you to serve them, not to lord it over them. And so one of the things we don't want to see in the next NDC government, we don't want to see arrogance. The people are suffering, and so you must be. We don't want to see people driving Rolls Royces and things when people cannot get food to eat.
Na abusian somewhat to say, omade eto Ghana monten eso no. Na to say, say Kamia say abra na onmunyamfo JDM. What Ghana Banyano so as the president for Ghana no. One achachirefo and din ye kula isa say. Niema na ka ema omo enha omo ho no. Wotonebu etwitwa ni nyina mu Mr. Cancellation or twane pendenten na to say otwitwa ni mu. Anka iste so obemo mo katua akosoro no na okanse niema na ne sayo ntina e na to say omo bo ne kokose emne bia chese etwa mu o ma achachirefo bi mo mkokira de 3 years utua omo 3 months and now be catch a telephone asem na metwa lances mu na me say ebe ya ka wonsem a wo ka no say emfa omo mutu odmuyamfo AJDM fo no omo ka sanchira no say nsem bi mu ho a okeka fa cha telephone na cha say obobo enje so kula isan say emna bi kula etwa mu no otonebo etwa training allowance enum kula na wo mpa cha telephone asem na say ade obeka ya asem de ebe ya ka jaya na yenhye ye kona na cha say yendwendwen ye ho kula ha akroma TV GH so yaw amo mensan ene meeting. And then they can also Akroma TV. Now, a did you can semester ye pass. Obetabri a country one, subscribe Abaka, which you couldn't say the bear. News to be a better Ghana mountain as one. Once you may be at the Kamakama. We are not going to town can come comment session. Now I watch the watching a blood, Tim Biara, and come home. Now don't sabon care my chance to the Roberto Concrona a Akroma TV. Now your tone class a news no. Yet the ability to Tumika, now show the echo so ever Ghana a manual and sim. Yem first na kese yem fama smart agro innovation system say omo no matam ye nese simpia ni ye de kase abra o kama pa e ho no ekuayo enu videos kwa na chese egu ho kwanya ye fa so ekuayo makuayo ho aye simple kula ntia de kwan so mesra so be ko YouTube ni so na wasache smart agro innovations ugbe se videos no egu otwe o kohwe bi se de be ya nimdi a wo eye ekuayo ho no foforo so ebeba ababeka ho eha eye Akroma TV GH so makramo